Welcome to the EU Regulatory System for Medical Devices, which is a 7-part course that will cover the following topics. At the end of this course, you will have a good understanding of basics or background of the EU medical device regulations, including roles and responsibilities of key players, such as notified bodies and competent authorities, structure of the EU MDR and other regulations, definitions and classification of medical devices, MEDDEV 2.4.1 Revision 9, conformity assessment procedures or routes, quality system requirements, general safety and performance requirements found in Annex I, and the use of harmonized standards, clinical evaluations including reference to MEDDEV 2.7.1 Revision 4, and clinical investigations including post-market clinical follow-up, technical file and design dossier requirements, medical device vigilance, demarcation guidances between the former directives, role of notified bodies, the eventual phasing out of MEDDEV guidances, designation and oversight of notified bodies by the different regulatory partners, including the Medical Device Coordination Group. And last, we will cover the application of UDI-DI Unique Identification System as per Annex VI. Objectives: having basic understanding of the European regulatory model and key principles, understanding EU Regulations 2017-745, as well as related product-specific directives, combination products requirements, interactions with the directive for medicinal products, tissue of animal origin products, and others as per demarcation guidance. In this first part, we will focus on documents, history, regulations that replaced directives, summary of changes, EU roles and responsibilities. Here are the more important documents that you will need to take into consideration before marketing your products in the European Union. Along with regulations, there are other sources of guidance still available on the Europa website, such as European or EN standards, MEDDEV guidance documents, NBOG or Notified Body Operations Group guidance documents, and older NB-MED recommendations. The guidances were necessary to bring consistency in the interpretation of the former directives, which were sometimes vague. The MDR has incorporated much of the former MEDDEVs into the regulations. Guidance on authorized representation, clinical evaluation, vigilance, and post-market clinical follow-up has been integrated into the MDR. As the MEDDEVs are not legally binding, this change reduces the flexibility in interpretation by industry, as well as the authorities and NBs. At this moment, it is not foreseen that MEDDEVs for the MDR will be created, and the MEDDEVs generated to accompany the AIMDD and MDD will lose their validity for devices placed on the market under the MDR. NB-MED documents are notified body recommendations for meeting the various requirements in the old medical device directives. However, they still might provide some insight and interpretation guidance that is very helpful with the new regulations. Much of the information from the NB-MED documents has been incorporated into the EU MDR with more clarity than the previous directives. Although NBA guidance documents primarily provide guidance on specific aspects related to the activities of notified bodies, they can provide insight to manufacturers as to the expectations the notified bodies have for medical device manufacturers.